Okay, so we are warming it up. And that's still blinking, and that's still blinking.
Tower 11 Hotel, I'm about 3.5 miles, pushing it straight in, 30.
Egg 101 Hotel, opposite direction traffic just departing the airport, turning slightly north of the approach corridor for 30. Is your company traffic, report him in sight.
Roger that, I'll be watching the traffic.
All right, do my mag check.
Egg 49 Quebec, traffic off your right, another egg, no factor, about a mile or so away.
Yeah, I got on my side.
Egg 11 Hotel, that other traffic is off your right, about a mile or so. Eastbound, no factor, runway 30, clear to land.
Selfie time.
And I do have him.
Oh, that's much better. Push the button there. Okay, so I just want to do one more needle split because, there it goes. This ship does not like to do a needle split, good needle split at lower RPMs. And a needle split's important. And so is a horn check, and the horn sounds really kind of sick on this helicopter. Hold on, loosening up the frictions. See how sick it sounded? All right. So I need to call the tower. We are at the port of Clarkston. I'm sweating my brains out, and we are going to depart going westbound down the Snake River. I'm going to try to call the tower from here. They might not be able to get me because of the interference, but we'll see. Lewiston, right? Lewiston Tower, helicopters at the port of Clarkston. We'd like to depart down the river, westbound down the Snake River.
Look up. Centaur, departure throwing risky is caution. You can proceed down the Snake River as requested. Altimeter at Lewiston 29096.
29096. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay. So, the reason we have to call them even though we're not at the airport is that we are within their space.
Egg 101 Hotel, turn at Delta, taxi to parking, monitor ground.
And he's talking to the aircraft over at the... I think when I forgot to close my door. Hold on. I hate when I do that. Probably because... so freaking hot in here. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. Doors closed this time. All right, here we go. And I got no obstructions in front of me, and let's go. So this is the Snake River, and we are in Clarkston, Washington, named after, his name was, well, it was definitely Clark, obviously. It was Lewis and Clark, so it's the Clark guy. And I can't remember if he was Meriwether or the other guy was Meriwether. Lewiston is right across the Snake River behind us. The river makes a big turn here. And I think it's the bigger town, but I could be wrong. It has the airport, that's for sure. Our flight plan has us going down the river. There is some weather in the area, but I think we're going to miss it. And if we can't miss it, then we'll just detour off our course because nothing is set in stone. And I'm here with my friend Elise, who you may or may not see in the picture, depending on if I show the picture. And I got my pups in the back seat. We drove here from Wenatchee in a rental car, one-way rental car, and got dropped off. So it is possible to navigate a boat from the Pacific Ocean all the way up the Columbia River to the confluence where hopefully we'll get today, confluence of the Snake River and the Columbia, and then continue on all the way up to this port of Clarkston that we just left. And apparently there are cruise ships that do this, small-scale cruise ships. And someday I hope to do it too, in a boat. But today we'll do it in a helicopter, the other way. And we don't have to worry about locks. But we will get to see them, which is cool. We just passed what looks to me like a lumber mill on the side. The video is going to be, who knows, because the fact that we're flying into the sun for part of this trip, but fortunately the sun is behind clouds. We were supposed to leave tomorrow morning. Actually, originally we were supposed to leave this morning, come here yesterday, but the helicopter wasn't ready, so we put it off a day. I'm going to climb a little bit here because I'm not familiar with this area, and there is a rule that helicopter pilots use, and that is if there is a canyon, there are wires running inside of it. So I'm just going to fly a little higher to give me a little bit more wiggle room if I do see some wires. We were going to leave in the morning so the sun would be behind us. However, tomorrow morning there is some severe weather in the area, mostly near home, and we wanted to kind of avoid that. Boy, you know, it does not feel nearly as vibration-free as I was hoping. Oh well. You can see definitely some convective stuff over there, and the rain coming down in front of it, but that shouldn't affect us. It would be nice if we got to see a cruise ship. They're not the big kind like you imagine. Do you need more volume? You see it works in stereo. I'm wearing my new headsets. Long story about how I got these for free. It is not a sponsored deal. Don't worry about that. I wish, but it isn't. Actually, it's better than a sponsor deal because it's not a sponsor deal. It was basically a trade for my old set. I got a brand new set in exchange, which is way cool. These are Bose A20s, and Elise is wearing my original Generation 10, which gosh, those must be about 20 years old now, those headsets. You can talk.
I can't hear.
You can't hear at all?
Very little.
Okay. All right, and your volume is up?
That's what I just did, and it didn't seem to make a difference.
Okay. It's plugged in all the way. I can hear you fine. Let's do this way. Better, 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 better?
Just this one side.
Okay, all right, that doesn't surprise me. But at least you can hear. Well, maybe it's time for those to go back. 20 years old, huh? You can't hear me at all. Oh no. I wish I could make it here. How about this? Better?
That's better.
Okay, so I'm going to turn my volume down.
That's pretty.
Test, 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 test. Test, test. Okay. All these little valleys. We must have, I think we probably, which side of the river were we on? We were on this side of the river, weren't we? We came up another valley.
No road over here now.
Yeah, I know. I think it was in that last valley that we left the road. But I think we'll get back to it again. So the Snake River gets its name, I think, from the fact that it snakes around, right? And it runs, it starts somewhere in, pretty sure Idaho. Could be wrong, might be even Montana for all I know. And it comes down into Washington, right around here, right back where we were. And then it snakes down through Washington until it gets to Pasco, the Tri-Cities area. And that's where it meets up with the Columbia. The Snake River ends and the Columbia continues. Lots of nice little parks down here. This would be great in a boat. People camping down there. There's that train that passed us when we were at the restaurant. I keep seeing power lines on top of the hill, and then I look to see if they cross, but they don't seem to cross, so we're good still. We're pretty high up. We're probably, I'd say close to 1,000 feet off the river. Certainly within gliding distance of that road, if we had to. Not my plans for today. So it's pretty green, although it doesn't look green right now. It's probably because the way the light is. If the light was behind us, it would look greener. But there is a lot of grass growing on these hills. That's because it's still spring. It's first day of June, 2022. And we've had a very wet spring. And don't tell anybody, but I kind of hope we continue with the wet weather for a while. There's a guy towing a log, it looks like. See it? Little boat. I don't know if he's picking up debris or what. Maybe lost that. Maybe he's building a cabin.
Good afternoon, Lewiston Tower, or like what?
We don't even listen to that anymore. Get on. There are no towers between us and Pasco, so it's going to be pretty quiet probably, other than hearing the tower behind us for a little while. There's occasional cattle out here. I don't know if you're seeing them. Every once in a while I see some cattle grazing out there. That side looks greener. They're relaxing.
Everything's good.
Good. I like to hear that. Another boat ramp down here. People camping. You can see these wires. They come close to the river and then they go back up. They're just messing with me. So this is all new territory for me. I've never flown here before. It's kind of cool. You fly here before? Have you? No. Can you hear me? Yeah? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Okay. There's a lot of debris in the river though. You see logs and stuff. So you know a little bit about the cruise ships that come on, don't you? So do they do it all year long or just in the summer? Or? Summer? So it's too early then? Or maybe, I don't know. Depends on what they consider summer, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they've started it.
Yeah.
They started going to Alaska in May, so.
Yeah. It's weird because this helicopter doesn't have a GPS built in, and I think that's kind of weird. Because normally I can look at the GPS and I can look at the airspeed indicator and I can tell if we have a headwind or a tailwind. It looks, from the way the water's moving, it looks like we might be having a little bit of a headwind. This here on the side, you see that? Look familiar? It's the same kind of mount. Except it's one that you can screw in. They have all different things. I actually wanted to get one of those for my Jeep. A ton of people camping down here. Little marina. Well, nice. No, I guess it's just a park marina. Then the road goes up the hill. Alright, this is where the wires cross the river. It's running really low. It's got some balls on it. So we're pretty good. What a lot of people don't realize is that there's always a line that's higher than the other ones. And they don't always put the ball on that high line, but it looks like they did over here. So you never want to cross lines really close.
Oh, no.
And the ideal place to cross is actually over a tower, because you know that the wires can't be above the tower. Here's the first dam. So I don't know the name of this dam. I see the lock over on the, I want to say port side, the left side. So again, I said that this water is navigable, which means that you can take a boat all the way up it. And the only way that's possible with the dams is to have locks. Now there's dams around the Wenatchee area where I live, but those dams don't have locks, so you can't go from the Pacific Ocean to Wenatchee in a boat. You can only get as far as the Priest Rapids Dam, which is quite a bit further south from Wenatchee. So this is actually really interesting the way this is set up. Because that's the lock, but it looks like there's just this one little channel to get through. Interesting, let's see. Unless I'm reading it, oh, there's the lock right here. My bad, my bad. That's the lock. Maybe you get a good view out the side window here.
I don't think I'm in front of your camera.
No, don't worry about it. So that was the first dam. There's a runway here. Dirt runway. So the water's pretty rapid right here.
Narrower.
Yeah, and probably all the water coming out. Another campground, another marina, decent sized boats in there too. Pretty big boats, some of them. One looks like a houseboat. Actually, two of them look like, well, three of them look like houseboats. So the road is back. Road on the other side. So this area is farmland, a lot of wheat fields here. This is, I guess this is the south part of the Palouse, or are we going right through the Palouse? I don't even know. What do you think?
I'm not sure either.
I think this area gets a lot more rain than where we live, which is why they can grow without irrigation. That's not the road we came down, is it?
I think it is.
Oh yeah, okay. Huh. It's interesting flying without the GPS or my ForeFlight open up here. It's a little disorienting because you don't have a constant knowledge of exactly where you are, and it's kind of bothersome for me. And I normally would have it set up. I have a knee board that'll hold my iPad. So what I need to do is just dig that thing out and get my iPad set up on it for cherry drawing so I can wear that iPad on my knee. Because I use it to consult mostly the identification of specific cherry blocks that I need to dry. House on top. Well, there's another one over there too. Looks like they're getting ready to put something here. That's out there. I think you were further out there though. This looks like a grass strip right here. 2 parts, maybe? I don't know, I can't tell. The way they're so straight.
Uh-huh.
Now it's starting to get cooler.
Feels good after all the humidity down there.
Yeah, did you want that back open? Or is the side vent enough?
I'm fine.
It was crazy humid in Clarkston. So it's really kind of neat because there's a big stretch of river here with no roads. There's a railroad on that side. There's a little gravel road for this farm over here, or dirt road. Looks like they're growing trees in there, something.
Farming something.
Yeah, for sure. But these trees here look like, you think fruit trees? Not too many. They don't look like Christmas trees. Those do.
A lot of Russian olives.
I think those are, I don't think we're allowed to plant those anymore. Because I think they're supposed to be invasive. do you know what time we left? Did we leave at 6?
What's that?
Did we leave at 6?
I didn't look.
Oh, I didn't either. You probably texted Joe? Yeah.
I let him know we were leaving.
Good. You send him any pictures? You send him our selfie?
We left at 6:20.
Oh, really? Okay. So we've only been flying for 20 minutes. Well, maybe this is a good place to end part 1. I know that nobody really wants to see us flying for 2 hours straight. So I'm going to break this into multiple parts, and this will be the end of part 1 of our adventure flight. And I will pick it up right after this word from our sponsors. We have no sponsors. Right after this break. So stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon patron. There are benefits, mostly ad-free videos in 4K for all the new stuff coming out. So that's kind of cool. And then that's it. Thanks very much. And part 2 is coming up shortly. Bye.